Now, joining us live from Ogun State to discuss this matter is Dr. FELIX AGBESANWA. He's a Labour leader, chairman, ASUSS, Ogun State. Many thanks for joining us at this time.
Thank you. Good evening. Felix as chairman of Ogun State.
All right, so what is the implication of the suit withdrawn by the federal government? Do you think the federal government acted in good faith?
The decision by the federal government to withdraw the case from the court is a good one. At least it will make the Labour and federal government to come back to the round table so that they can come back again and start negotiation afresh. I think the cry of the Labour leaders, of our leaders, since the one is that federal government don't carry them along in decision making. And in any negotiation, at least the two parties must agree together so that they can have a way forward. When the federal government discovered that, okay, Labour leaders are saying what is right, and they're crying out wholeheartedly that is what they want them to do. When they come back to the round table, it will afford the federal government and Labour leaders and leaders to come together and make some good negotiation, make some reasonable conclusions, and make some impactful resolution so that the workers in Nigeria can say, indeed, we have Labour leaders that have love of the welfare of the team of the members.
Okay, now it seems that the Senate and the organized labor, they are in meeting currently. And now that it seems that negotiation has resumed between the federal government and these labor leaders, what do you think the focus should be now?
The focus should be on the welfare of the members of the labor leaders. You and I agree, you and I know that our members are crying out with all their heart that things are hard, things are costly, things are not the same way it has been. And the economy also needs to be revisited again. So I think the major goal of our labor leader is that everything should come down to the normal place. People should be able to live in the country where they can live and be satisfied. There should not be any kind of running out of the country again. So the labor leaders, when if they are in the meeting now, we are agitating and we are expecting that their paramount discussion should be: number one, economy should be revisited again; number two, the fuel price, that the subsidy removal that have been removed, that the government should be prudent enough to use it adequately. Number three, there should be a kind of palliative to be given to the workers. That is not only monetary palliative, it is palliative that will make every worker to have a kind of sense of belonging. And thank God for the president of Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu. He says some few cabals are the one taking control of the nation for the past part. We appreciate him for that. But now that he has taken the bull by the horn, we want him to use the subsidy removal, what he has deducted from that way, to pump into the economy again, so that the economy also can have a kind of life again, so that the lower civil servant can have a smile, lower civil servant can have a sense of belonging, that I have a country that I can be proud of, that I can say that this is my Nigeria that we are belonging to have for the past. And don't forget, when they remove the subsidy removal, one of the things that labor leaders have been crying for is that refinery. They are starting stopping Nigeria not to have a good and functional refinery. If you agree with me, when the subsidy removal has been done, let us pump into our refineries. If we have 4 refineries working in the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, believe me, you agree with me that before you know it, the fuel hike will come down. People we shall be producing fuel in Nigeria. Other countries will come to us and they will be refining from the nation Nigeria. And by so doing, our economy also will get improved, and also we also will get very well accommodated, will get comfortable. And don't forget, even there will be job employment, and our youth also will have job, and there will be less reduction in crime activities. So all these things are what our labor leaders will be telling the government now. That's what I presume they should be saying now.
Okay, all right. This is not the first time the organized labor is going on strike. Perhaps it won't be even be the last time. But what do you think can be done to avert future impasse between the federal government and the labor leaders, like the one we're having currently?
The major thing that they can do is this: number one, let there be negotiation. Before you take a decision that will affect all labor members in Nigeria, I think the both parties need to come together and agree and see things that are on ground. When you lay your cards on the table from the federal government side, nobody does see what you are brought to the table for negotiation table. Definitely they are Nigerians. They are not from Americans. They are not from South Africans. We live here. We understood what is going on over here. When things are done in a very joint way, believe me, people will reason along and they will have to compliment each other. Okay, if we do like this, we do like this, there will not be kind of agitations for any strike again. Some of us don't want any strike in Nigeria. Some of us we don't want it. But when we are put to the wall, there's no way we will not downfall the economy. But now, if we want, because we want a change, fine. What President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing, some of us love it. We want the cabals to be dealt with. We want the subsidy to be removed. But things that ought to be done like that, I think the labor leaders should be carried along. When they are carried along, you will discover that because they are people that have ideas, they are people that have vision, they are people that knows what people are passing through in their respective union, in their respective labor center. You will see that they will support the agitation, but things should be done in the very right way. When you don't put the right thing at the right time, then you will expect things to boomerang the other way.
All right, we really thank you so much for sharing your views with us on the news.
Thank
And
you.
that's Dr. Felix AGBESANWA, is a labor leader, chairman ASUS Ogun State.